You've booked your ticket to paradise, right? You're expecting sun, sand, and beautiful beaches. Yeah, you're going to get all of that, of course. Whether you're coming for vacation, relocation, or just out of curiosity. The Dominican Republic has some real crazy surprises for you. Some can make you laugh, and some can really leave you shaking your head. When I first moved to the DR, I thought I was just trading my scrubs for flip flops. But let me tell you, what I discovered went way beyond the beach. Let me show you what most travel blogs don't tell you. Number one, don't be surprised when your Uber looks like a motorcycle. Yeah, meet the Moto Concho, the local low cost two-wheel taxi service. There's no seatbelt, there's no helmet, and probably no brakes. But one thing for sure, you'll get there pretty fast. So why it's unique? It's a cultural norm, I would say, especially in small towns and barrios. It's very affordable. It's like $1 USD per ride. And the locals, they love to ride with groceries, kids, mattresses, you name it. The first time I hopped on a Moto Concho, that was the first and the last
Nope.
time. I really held on like I was riding a bull in Texas. Seriously, I kept saying I'm gonna fall, but I didn't fall because Rick was right behind me. So that's number one. Now let's move on to number two. Imagine waking up in the morning. It is 7 o'clock. And believe me, let me tell you, this is something that I still cannot get used to. Your neighbors, they're playing bachata or whatever music they want to play at 7 a.m. And, it's a work day. So it's like a way of life here. Music is always background noise. And you'll see these cars with these huge speakers and the music is blasting and I'm like, why do they feel that everybody wants to hear the music that they're playing? So they have bachata, they have merengue, they have dembow, and they pump from the cars. The colmadas, which is the corner stores, and also the barbershops. Can you believe that? You're going to the barbershop to get your hair cut and it's blasted. So music is community and it's how people connect. It's a vibe here. So street parties can break out at any time. You could just, see a bunch of cars parked up and, people are drinking their whatever, but the drink of choice is usually a presidente. And it's a party. So that's just something that you have to get used to. If you don't like noise, the DR might not be a place for you. So number three, the Dominican time zone, and that's Tranquilo time. And if you thought that was a joke, Tranquilo time, it's not. It really isn't. In DR, 5 minutes means 25 minutes, and maybe not at all. So Dominicans live in the moment. And that's just how they do here. The clock, yes, it's there, but nobody really adheres to the clock. Usually. That's just in my opinion, what I've experienced since I've been here. It's not rude to be late. In the States where we are accustomed to doing everything mostly on time, although they do talk about sometimes they talk about black people time. It's not rude to be late here. It's just part of life. So if you put somebody on a schedule, don't be surprised if they don't show up. They can give you excuses like it's the weather, the mood, or whatever, or it's their cousin's in the hospital. Somebody's always sick, somebody's mom is not feeling well. Something happened. Something always happened. So if you're a type A planner, this is like a spiritual retreat then. You just have to flow with the country, and this is the way the country operates. All right. The next is number five, and I call it the Coqui effect, nature's background singers. You might be in your bed at night and you think you're hearing birds, but that's actually frogs. And it's a real thing. I When I first heard it, I was like, why are there birds, chirping at night? And My husband told me no, they are frogs. They're tree frogs, and some insects also. But it creates this loud tropical sound, like, and it's mostly at night. The locals are used to it, but for us, it can be shocking because we go to bed and we sort of expect it to be quiet, but I do hear that. Sometimes at night I even hear the um the roosters crowing, and I was like, why are they crowing in the middle of the night? Aren't they supposed to wake you up in the mornings? Their time clock is off. So that's number 5. Number 6, the Dominican warmth. And yes, literally and spiritually. Dominicans, they're pretty warm people. Um, they they just bring it with love. A lot of times, we've had little issues here and there, and one I can think of just recently when somebody just wasn't being nice, but normally they're usually very helpful, and they help out. They'll, if you get stopped, if you have a flat tire, something happens on the road, you'll find people pulling over and everybody's offering to help. It's happened to me a few times. So yeah, it's just their nature. I'm not going to say everybody because I don't know everybody, but so far, what I've experienced, strangers will greet you. They'll say hola, or I forgot what else they say when they meet you. But I always say hola. Sometimes they'll, when they get to know you, they'll invite you over. No matter how I would say, they don't have a lot of times. The ones that I've come in contact with, the people that I've come in contact with, whatever they have, they're always willing to share. Let's put it that way. Um, Even in the struggle, they're struggling and stuff, but they'll share. They'll share. It's not like foreigners. Like a lot of times we're like crabs in a barrel, and I always say that that's one of the downfalls of our culture is that we hate to see somebody getting up, financially or otherwise. It's like everybody's trying to claw you back down into the barrel. So that's that's what I find with the culture. The people are very, very warm. So whether you're hopping on a motor concho, dancing in the street, or making friends, talking to people over a present beer at the colmado, the Dominican Republic always surprises me, and that's usually in the best way. If you're open to it, if you're open to change, because when you bring your culture to a foreign country, it's not necessarily your culture. You have to vibe with the culture. So you might just want to change. If you've made it this far to the end of the video, I appreciate it. Have you ever been to the DR? And if you have, what has shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments. I really want to know. And I do read my comments and usually respond. It's, if it's respectful. If you're planning your first trip, binge watch some of my other videos. I give you a lot of information, both Rick and I. We've made some nice shorts that, gives you a lot of information on DR. And if there's anything that you want to know, you can also leave it in the comments. Like I said, I usually read the comments. So until next time, I would appreciate it if you really like my content, subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and if you even click that like button, it tells YouTube algorithm that people are liking my content, and it pushes it out, and more people gets an opportunity to watch my content. So until the next time, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.